Lovely.
Once again, welcome. Tell somebody welcome. Before we start, it is 5 o'clock on the dot. It's GMT, Greenwich Mean Time, not Ghana Mean Time. So we are starting on time. Now, last week, exactly a week ago, where I work currently, we had some doctors from Untitled Hospital who came to speak to us on mental health, stress, depression, and all. And one of the things I took home was that there's just about 52 mental health doctors as psychiatrists in the whole country. One other staggering statistic they gave was that only about 2 or 3 are currently serving the upper half of the northern parts of the country. Then, a few days before then, Professor Sari called me that they wrote in a book, and I was like, which book? Well, he said, The History of Mental Health Care in Ghana. I said, wow. Then my mind went back. And when we were kids, there was a very powerful man in this land, one ex-president, J.J. Rawlings. Whether you like him or not, he did a lot for Ghana and Africa for Ghana, West Africa for Ghana. But what pained me as a journalist was that he never himself documented all the things he did before he passed. Tomorrow will be exactly, I believe, a year since he passed. I believe all of us will take a cue from this and write our memoirs before the post. On that note, some housekeeping issues before we start. The 2 doors they lead you to where our grandparents are. When you open to the left, then you make yourselves comfortable. If for some reason you need help, just please raise your hand and the ushers will attend to you. On that brief note, I'd like to invite Apostle Dr. Richard Buck, the ex-general overseer of the Lost Pentecostal Church, to give us an opening prayer. Let's welcome him.
Let us all rise to the feet. We cannot launch this book without inviting Father and our God, we thank you for this evening. You have brought us to the witnesses. And let glory be given to you. Human race. May the beginning, the continuation, the end. Be in the name of God the Father, of the Son, of the Holy Spirit. Thank
you. Before I introduce the chairperson, as you said, we are here at the invitation of Dr. Akwesio Say, who is the current chief psychiatrist of Ghana, Professor J.B. Asari, the former chief psychiatrist and the first Ghanaian to occupy that position. And then Dr. Roberts, who is currently not here with us, but we'll be hearing from all of them. I'm going to read their brief bios later on. But the program is also supported by the Psychiatrists Association of Ghana, the Mental Health Authority of Ghana, the Ministry of Health, and the WHO Ghana office. I believe we can say a thank you to them by clapping your hands. Thank you for doing that one for us. Now I have a singular honor to introduce the chairperson for this occasion. I remember I went to a program and then I sat by her. I felt touched by an angel. And I told my friend who invited me to the program that I wish I had her name on my resume. I believe I could go places. She comes along with grace, experience, and awe. Now about her. Reverend Dr. Joyce Rosalind Ayi is a former politician, business executive, and minister. She is well known for having served Ghana for more than 40 years in both private and public sectors. From 2001 and 2011, she served as the CEO of the Ghana Chamber of Mines and was the first woman in Africa to have occupied that position. She has also held political roles in Ghana from the early years of the Provisional National Defense Council cabinet. She serves on several boards and is currently the executive director of the Salt and Light Ministries, a para-church organization. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the accomplished stateswoman, Reverend Dr. Joyce Ayi, who is going to chair today's book launch for us. She says she wants to come to the podium, so do it better for her.
Actually, I'm not here because I wanted you to clap. I thought that because there are some people who are watching us by Zoom. So, my distinguished colleagues on the high table, should take off my mask. It's a doctor who says so. Yeah. We're following through. Doctor, I was just saying, the man who is in this psychiatry, that's what I remember from Professor Asari and Professor Akwe and Reverend Apostle, everything. But they said that you are retired. Aren't you sure to do that? Anyway, that was a jocular aside. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am so thrilled to be here. Thrilled because I am very passionate about mental health care.
This is because I recognize that none of us will be totally whole unless we understand that aspect of our lives which malaria parasites cannot deal with, which fencing. Well, many of you are old enough to know fencing. Paracetamol, some of you, that's good. You know, there are certain things that the medications we know cannot deal with. And many of us walk around with mental health issues and we don't even know what to do. So I'm really thrilled to be here. It used to be thought that psychiatric disorders could not be found in Africa, for mental disorders were believed to be products of civilization, and Africans were too primitive to be stressed out. This is a direct quote from pages 9 to 10 of the book. This was the early assessment of the West on Africans and their state of mental health. We have come a very long way. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are here to experience firsthand the launch of a book that will fill the long-awaited gap, the gap which we've all been looking for, something to tell us about mental health care in Ghana. So what we're witnessing today is a departure from the often spoken about Ghanaian African attitude of not documenting historical antecedents. When our MC talked about documenting things, I had a feeling he was talking to me. But don't worry, I don't mind if you write about me after I'm dead. In fact, I would prefer that. As a people, we have a lot of things we have lost because we have been so engrossed in charting new paths that a lot of cultural relevance is lost. We have refused to leave traces of the paths we have traveled. So how often do we follow in that path without making sure that others after us will know that they don't need to reinvent the wheel? That's why we are here. This book launch outlines the chronological journey of mental health from the days of traditional medicine to the introduction of Western medicine through the beginning of African and West African psychiatry, the early days of psychiatry in Ghana, you name it. I won't tell you everything because you have to buy the book. We've come a long way. Private psychiatric hospitals and civil society participation, college, postgraduate college trainees, training in medical school, all these things are properly documented. We need to understand where we've come from as a people, where we're going, and how we can be whole people with every aspect of our lives under good care. Somebody else is going to speak about the book. So I really will not like to talk much about it, except to say that I feel so privileged to chair this occasion. I expect all of you to be my partners in chairing this position. My chair is very comfortable, but not as comfortable as yours. And that's why I need you as partners. Together, let's make this book launch exceptional, one of a kind, because of the subject we're dealing with. I'm grateful to take this position as the chair. Thank you.
Thank you very much. With hair on the high table, to my right, Apostle Dr. Richard Boafo, immediate past general overseer of the Lost Pentecostal Church, I would find the directors or the council of the church and propose to them that this is a proposal that he's too young to be on retirement. When we leave here, we'll talk about that. And then Professor Joseph Akwe next to him. And then the synonym for mental health when we're growing up, Professor J.B. Asari, one of the authors. And then the noun synonym for contemporary mental health care in Ghana, if you will, Professor Kwesi. You are also an MVP, but there are other dignitaries that I want to introduce. Madam Estelle Apia, immediate past board chair of the Mental Health Board. Can you see her? Yeah. Thank you for coming. Dr. Caroline Emisa, Deputy Chief Executive, Mental Health Authority. Mr. Also and sub-board member, Mental Health Authority. Madam Laila Adjoan Kamara. Dana Simabi. Yeah, thank you for coming. And then Dr. Pinaman Epau, Hospital Director, Accra Psychiatric Hospital. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, so I was once a reporter, a news reporter. And then I remember we went to the Kama Conference Center. There was Professor Kwesi Osei there. And then Professor Asari made a presentation, and my take away, which I believe was front page story of the Daily Graphic the next morning, was 70% of Ghanaians are mad. And I'm like, am I one of the 70%? Or I'm one of the 30%? So, and when I got closer to Professor, he once told me that almost all of us have some elements of madness in us, lunacy in us. Professor Kwesi Osei also told me once, as a reporter, that we are all fringe lunatics. I don't know what that means. So I'm sure when we read the book, we'll pick the lessons. I have read the book, and I can attest to the fact that this is one of the richest resources I've read, authored by the Ghanaians. It is good for academics, they'll be talking about it, and it's good for students, mental health practitioners, and everybody needs to know, because we are all literally on the fringes of lunacy. Now, there's a very important personality on the stage who is going to do one thing for us. He's going to do a review of the book for us. It's in the person of Professor Joseph Akwe. He's the former president of the West Africa College of Physicians. Let's welcome him.
Madam Chairperson, members on the high table, ladies and gentlemen. First, I must thank Dr. Osei, Professor Asari, and Dr. Roberts for asking me to write a foreword to the book. I remember when I read it, I gave them a lot of problems to think about. Luckily, they listened to me. Now, I want to really talk on a few issues. One, those who wrote the book, who the book is written for, and then a little bit of summary of the book, and then look at some 3 chapters in the book. Who is the book written for? I think that this is a treasure. for many groups of health professionals, social commentators, students in behavioral sciences, student nurses, medical residents in psychiatry, lawmakers, and a lot of social commentators. Our record keeping in Ghana is problematic. And by the time the records get to National Archives, much information has been lost. This book will therefore serve as a record for most happenings in mental health care in Ghana, and also for other areas in the health ministry. I have known Professor J.B. Asari for some time, and Dr. Kwesi for many, many years. Professor Asari was the chairman of the Ghana chapter of the West African College of Physicians from 1999 to 2003. I witnessed how he advocated for the establishment of the diploma in mental health in the college at a time when the college was not inclined towards diploma programs. He and a few of the most senior psychiatrists in Nigeria set up a program in the 1990s. He virtually taught Ghana to stimulate and entice some medical officers to register for this program. The program existed from 1994 to 2012, where reluctantly, the West African College had to terminate it because the very governments which asked for it were not sending medical officers for training. It was a couple of years before this when Professor Asari encouraged Dr. Kwesi to enroll for the fellowship program of the West African College. And he was the first Ghanaian doctor to do so in psychiatry whilst he was based in Ghana. The happenings in mental health care in Ghana, as seen in this book, portray how the mentee, Dr. Kwesi, imbibed the persistent nature of the mentor, Professor J.B. Asari, and then added his own forceful nature to it. Without that, this book wouldn't have been here for lunch. Dr. Mark A. Roberts is a British expatriate who was at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. And he worked there with Dr. Yao Hussein, who was a child and adolescent psychiatrist. His enthusiasm and love for the School of Medical Sciences was such that he not only decided to stay in Kumasi, but established a training program at Kintampo for mental health professionals under the Ministry of Health. So they combined their experiences to bring us a book which will serve this country probably for over 100 years. In the teaching of mental health, psychiatrists always start with the history. This is very clear in this book. Indeed, there is also history to cover the beginnings of many organizations and nations. The reader is treated with the history of the Gold Coast and Ghana, the formative years of world medicine, nursing in Ghana, the Ghana Medical Association, the Ghana College of Physicians and Surgeons, Orthodox medicine in Ghana, and many more. The beginnings of mental health care in Ghana were prompted by the removal of lunatics from the streets of the Gold Coast and putting them in prison. using the prison ordinance of 1876. They were not madmen, they were prisoners. When the Victoria Special Prison was full, it became necessary to build another facility for which the Adabraka Atupa Emanche provided a large tract of land in the bush of Accra, which now houses the Accra Psychiatric Hospital. More than half of the land acquired has been encroached upon because the bush has been turned into a mini city. The same phenomenon is being exhibited at Pantan and Ankafo. The change from regarding lunatics as prisoners to patients needing psychiatric attention was through the Lunatic Asylum Ordinance signed by Governor William Griffith in 1888, and which paved the way for the construction of the Accra Asylum in 1904 to 1906. The patients were cared for by European doctors in the same way the early Orthodox doctors in the Gold Coast were Europeans. The first African doctor at the Accra Mental Hospital was a Gambian by the name Dr. E.F.B. Foster, who became a president of the West African College of Physicians. The book traces the development through phases when West African doctors were in charge of the mental health program of the Ministry of Health. It links this with the role of the Department of Psychiatry of the University of Ghana Medical School and the active involvement of clinical psychologists. Accra Psychiatric Hospital and the Psychiatry Department of the University of Ghana Medical School existed in a symbiotic relationship depending on each other. The list of psychiatrists and mental health nurses and the various roles they played in the Ministry of Health are all captured in the book. What do we use our psychiatric hospitals for? You can try to guess, but this has been captured in the book. And I'll read some for you. The psychiatric hospitals in Ghana have been used for numerous purposes, which are listed in the book as follows. A hospital proper, where patients requiring treatment are brought for treatment. As prisons, where patients from the justice system are kept for a long time, receiving treatment, or as the warders think they cannot contain them in prison. Boston Institute, where underage offenders are kept. As a home for the aged, where relatives are happy to abandon their elderly relatives. As a remand center, where the justice system keeps patients awaiting prosecution. As an orphanage, as a children's home, home for the destitute, and home for neurologically impaired children with autism, cerebral palsy, or epilepsy. There are some medical specialties, including psychiatry, which are unattractive to young Ghanaian doctors. Psychiatry is one. It's not attractive because it doesn't bring money to the home. In the last 10 years or so, and with the encouragement of the Ghana College of Physicians and Surgeons, the book has documented the roles played by Ghanaian diaspora psychiatrists and other UK institutions to stimulate medical students to develop interest in psychiatry. This innovation is worth being duplicated by other less attractive medical specialties. Many non-governmental organizations which have helped and continue to help in the care of psychiatric patients are highlighted. These organizations, over 20 of them, and individuals play different and multiple roles, including the provision of food, clothing, cash, advocacy, and others towards the development of mental health care. The difficulties encountered in the passage of the Mental Health Act of 2012 and the associated legislative instruments are fully captured. It unfortunately epitomizes how slow we are as a nation in getting new ideas incorporated into our psyche. The obstruction at the Ministry of Health is the norm of that ministry. Ministers are changed very often. And with the appearance of a new one, the process of the introduction of a new policy has to start all over again. The ministers listen only to the directors at the headquarters, who generally are averse to the introduction of new policies from the curative areas because they cannot adequately address them. We look at some 3 chapters of the book. First, training of mental health nurses. Qualified mental health nurses training started at Kolebu in 1946. In 1952, the Accra Psychiatric Hospital took over. In 1952, Professor Foster thought that they could send some of these qualified nurses to UK to convert to state registered nurses. This continued till 1967. Somewhere along the line, one Fred Tsai somehow took the curriculum which they were using for the QRN to UK. And after his training, he compared his curriculum to the state registered nurse curriculum. And he realized that what they did for the QRN was exactly what they were doing for the SRN, except for 3 courses which were not available in Ghana. That was the sociology, psychology, and community psychiatric nursing. And he wrote a letter to the school, giving them a copy of the Ghana curriculum. They didn't reply him, but they acted. They studied it and wrote their own memo on it, sent it to the technical division in UK, who also studied it, and then sent it to Ghana. The Ghana authorities looked at it, agreed with what has been said, and then they decided we are no longer sending students to UK. We would do the training in Ghana. So there is one person. His basic qualification was middle school certificate. But I have an inkling that this man had done GCE level privately because that was the norm at that time. So one person. We look at community psychiatric nursing. I've always wondered what they were doing. But the book tells me what they are doing. I think if they had not been there, we would have seen plenty psychiatric patients on the streets. What does it entail? They are treating these patients in the homes and in the community. They group them, counsel them, visit them in their homes, there's domiciliary visits. They come to the hospital, they sit down, they teach them current affairs, they dance, they play. And this was introduced by Mrs. Pearl Anderson in 1972. They piloted it at Accra Psychiatric Hospital. When they were satisfied, they brought it to the Accra community. They got satisfied with it, moved it to Greater Accra. They became confident. Now every district is doing this community mental care. It's very great, very, very great. But a lot went into it. First, they were being trained on the job. Later on, it was a 3-month training. Now it is in the curricula of the various psychiatric nursing schools at the various levels. And I want you to imagine, visualize what went into it. The planning, the training. Those who are going to do it will have to be mobile. It's being done at the district level, not at the regional level. They have to be monitored. It has to be evaluated. All this took place. So whereas we just see our psychiatric patients on the roads and the hospitals, a lot of work is being done at the district hospital. And I think we have to clap for that. All the psychiatrists and the nurses, especially the nurses. We now look at the Mental Health Act. First, we had a Prisons Ordinance of 1876. This was followed by Lunatic Asylum Ordinance. That's a modification of the first one. Now the mental patients are not longer prisoners, but we take them as lunatics. It was amended in 1940. We didn't see any amendment again until 1972, but their champion got bent. But the book says that even if amendments made by champion could not be implemented because of change of conflict. And the Mental Act came into force 2012. I knew before Professor Asare left the mental hospital, when he ceased to be chief executive, he was working on this. Dr. Sir continued. Cabinet gave approval for the amendment of the Act in 2003. In 2004, a committee was formed using a whole host of people, including Professor Sarek and 2 officials from the World Health Organization. By 2006, the first draft was ready. Over 20 drafts were made. This went through 3 different presidents of Ghana. Over 6 ministers of health. A parliamentary delegation had to go to UK to see what was happening there, whether what we want to do was correct or not correct. There was only one minister who I read in the book, And I was very happy about him. When others were asking, is this being done in other parts of the world? He asked, why should we go and look? Why can't we do for others to come and see and copy? We need to trust ourselves. We need to trust ourselves. With all this, there was a lot of force. I won't like to use the word used in the book. Before the bill became an act. And I would like our lawmakers and we as a people to look at this. If we want a new law or we want to amend something, and we want to achieve the results that this one has achieved, do we have to go through this laborious system? Can't we find a less laborious way? Can't we find a more cost-effective way and do it in a shorter period to arrive at the same conclusion? And I wish our lawmakers will look at this. With this, I recommend that all health professionals and all lawmakers and retired lawmakers read the book to see what changes we can make in the way we govern ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Joseph Kay, former president, West Africa College of Physicians. Thank you, and like I'll say, God bless you and give you long life with good health. Now we're going to do something else. We're going to take an overview from the authors of the book. As you can see on the screens, the three authors are Dr. Mark Roberts, who is a British national. He's unfortunately not with us physically today, but we're going to take something from him on his behalf. Then after Dr. Roberts, we'll take an overview from Professor Joseph Bediako Asari. Then we'll take the last bit from Professor Kwesi Osei. So before they come, let me say a few things about them. Dr. Mark Roberts is a British national. He's a British forensic psychiatrist. He's been associated with Ghana for over 30 years. So he's been around since around 1988. He's a lecturer in internal medicine at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology School of Medical Sciences, aka Kumasi Legon. That's how our ex-president Champon called it, if you knew the history well. Yeah. Kumasi Legon. And Legon is Accra, Harvard, if you care to know. So Professor J.P. Asari was the first chief psychiatrist and policy advisor to the government of Ghana from 1983 to 2004. And is part of the living history of mental health care in Ghana. The first chairman of Ghana's Mental Health Board, Professor Asari was a former member of the International Narcotics Control Board from 2005 to 2010, and worked in the field of psychiatry in many countries, including Australia, the United Kingdom, Sierra Leone, Indonesia, and Pakistan. He's a man of great experience. Let's put our hands together for him. Then next, the man on the seat currently, Professor Kwesi Osei is the current Chief Executive Officer of the Mental Health Authority of Ghana. As the Chief Psychiatrist of Ghana since 2005 to date, he has championed the cause of mental health in Ghana. Professor Say has been a faculty member of the WHO Partner International Diploma in Mental Health Legislation and Human Rights Program at the India Law Society College in Pune, India. He's been the driving force behind mental health care modernization in Ghana in the last decade. As you can see on the screen, that's just a teaser of the front cover of the book. I'm not giving it away yet. And as we heard from the review from Professor Joseph Akwe, I bet you and I are agreed that the book will be tantalizing. It will be interesting to read, and you can't wait to get a copy. On that note, I'd like to invite the profs to do us the honors by doing the author's overview for us. We are going to use multimedia, yeah? Okay, first from Dr. Mark Roberts. Can we have, yeah? Technicians.
Michael, Dr. Honorable and distinguished guests, your friend Dr. Mark Roberts, and says here, they were habitués. Many were, of course. So instead, I've recorded this short video message. It gives me great pleasure to greet you all here today at this launch of our book, The History of Mental Health Care in Ghana. As some of you all know, I've had a long association with Ghana. In the 1980s, I was a lecturer in medicine at KUST. And I had Juma will come for Noche Hospital. And that's where I first met Prof. Kwasi when he was a resident. Now, even Madame Fopa, Honorable Kwame Adekufo, was a GP in Kumasi at that time, and I helped him conduct a study on counterfeit medication being sold in pharmacies. Anyway, I've had a lot of comings and goings between Ghana and the UK since then. Now, I've really enjoyed my work in producing the book that we're launching. And I'm really proud to have been involved. I think the book and everything it captures is going to be, it's so valuable. And a big plus for me is that I think that anybody who's not Ghanaian but wants to come and help with mental health services in Ghana, they ought to read it. It should be essential reading for them. That should be essential reading, I'm sure, for any Ghanaian training in mental health in Ghana too. Anyway, now I'll let you get back to the program. Thank you for listening to me. Adasika.
Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. And I'm chairperson. Very distinguished invited guests.
my lords, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of my colleagues, Professor Say and Dr. Mark Roberts, I accept my sincere thanks for gracing this occasion. I also want to thank the Psychiatric Association of Ghana for organizing this historic book launching program. Dr. E.F.B. Foster of blessed memory said that every country in this world gets the type of mental health service that it deserves. I'm happy to inform you that we now have over 50 psychiatrists in Ghana. And these young, brilliant psychiatrists are going to push mental health in Ghana to levels that we dreamt of. What is left is for Ghana government and corporate Ghana to see the need to invest in mental health, to boost productivity and bring comfort to our homes. I met most of our contemporary psychiatrists in Ghana, West Africa, and Europe. And I thank God for giving us the institutional memory to accomplish the demand from mainly Ghanaians to publish this book for posterity. What we want to tell our younger colleagues is that there's a lot more left to write about mental health in Ghana. And what we have done is to assure you that it can be done. And I know you will do it. Long live the Psychiatric Association of Ghana. Long live Ghana. May the Almighty God bless us all.
Thank you, Prof. We'll take the final from Professor Sase.
Thank you very much, Mr. Maximus. Well, we'll have a short PowerPoint presentation, but before then, Madam Chair, who has been very passionate with mental health, and I'm happy that her picture is in the book, so you'll see. Professor J.B. Asare and Professor Akwe, both my teachers. And according to what Hippocrates said, we need to pay due acknowledgement to your teachers. So my acknowledgement to you, sir. Dr. Bako, we are happy that you are here to bring us the prayers and the grace. Thank you very much. We will have formal acknowledgement of others, but let me just also say that Dr. Akuti is here and he was, as the book duly acknowledges, he was a then chief medical officer of the Ministry of Health, and he was practically and virtually the only person who supported the Mental Health Act. Everybody else in the ministry opposed it. So we remember, and thank you very much. My brother-in-law, Mr. Peter Abrese, Reverend Peter Abrese, is also here. He's from the 4 Square Gospel Church, and the wife, my sister, is also here. I do acknowledge you. My Baha'i friends are also there. And tell you, let's show my hands and then at least you will send the others. Mr. Chris and Mr. Macaulay, You are among the reasons for this book being written. We thank you very much. Former Deputy Directors of Nursing Service Psychiatric Hospital. Oh, Dr. Frank Bunny. Thank you very much. Currently holding Pantan Forest. Did I mention my wife and daughters here? And they suffered, guys, let's see you. They suffered the sleepless nights when I was away trying to get this book composed. Oh, Mrs. Apia, you've been introduced already, but let me say that Mrs. Apia is the living embodiment of Professor Foster, who founded mental health care currently in the state. And she was also the second chairperson of the mental health board. Now, this is just about 5 minutes presentation, so don't worry, I'm not worrying you. We want to look at maybe a word from you. That's a brain teaser. Do you know the first asylum in the land now called Ghana? Anybody to offer? Now, if you thought that it was Accra Psychiatric Hospital, you are wrong. Yes, all right, no. If you thought it was Accra Psychiatric Hospital, you are wrong. But the book will tell you which hospital was that. In fact, Professor Pei mentioned it, but I'm sure you didn't pay particular attention to that. Sorry? Well, that was when Accra was built, that's how it was called. Victoria Ball. Now, the other thing, do you know that Osu Christiansborg Castle, until recently, the seat of government was once an asylum? You know that? Great. Osu Christiansborg Castle, which was the seat of government for 2 years, 89 to 91, an asylum. I don't know why it was so, but in the book explains all that. Now, there are other things. Now you know what it is. Now, these and many more facts are in the book. Okay, so we're going from there. Now, why did we decide to write this book? Mental health care in Ghana is gaining global prominence worldwide. People are beginning to talk about mental health in Ghana. In fact, many things in Ghana, but particularly mental health, people are talking about it. People will soon look everywhere for its beginnings. And we thought that once we have the opportunity, once we have the opportunity, some of the people are alive, it's important that we document it rather than wait for history to be synthesized from myths and half-truths. So it was important that we put that together. And you also need to recognize some of our heroes and heroines. You mentioned Dr. Foster, you mentioned Mr. McCullough, you mentioned Mr. Chris and others. So far, there is very little documented historical information, very little. A few exist, but these few materials available, they tend to contradict one another. So it was important that we get to the roots for a harmonized and true picture of the history. So that explains the book. Now, these are the authors. I think we still need to do that. So my humble self, Professor J.B. Asare, Mr. Mark Roberts, and I'm sure you enjoy the tree. After some 30 years, he's still speaking tree. But you are brochure and make us say. So that was excellent. Now, the front cover of the book, and that's very important. I'm sure when you came, you all saw it. So what we have here is Sankofa bed. Sankofa bed held back, picking something from behind, and is held in a braid. What you see there is in the curl is the braid. And it's all sitting in mauve color. Where it's sitting in Ghana, a map of Ghana, and against the background of mauve color. Now the Sankofa bed represents going back to history. The egg, what is picking is the egg. It's an egg. So egg represents something precious. And is the brain that is held within it. So the brain. The brain is the seat of the mind, and that represents mental. And the mauve color, purple mauve, violet, that kind of thing. So it represents wisdom, and traditionally is a color of mental health. So it represents wisdom. And then the map of Ghana shows the scope of the book. So in effect, we are saying the importance of the history of mental health care in Ghana. So that is what the design represents. Now, a brief history of the project. The authors independently thought about writing a book on the history of mental health in Ghana. And in 2012, we happen to know each other's views, ideas. So it's, let's come together and put it together. So we took concrete steps in 2012. After writing, publication became a problem. And thank God, Circle Publishers and University of Ghana Printing House came to our rescue. In between, a lot of work had been done on it by Professor Quick, who was kind enough to. Though he was writing the foreword, he literally edited. Okay. After 9 good years, the book is now here. Next, please. Yeah. So who will benefit? Who will be the beneficiaries of the book? Who will the book benefit? Historians and medical historians, researchers of mental health professionals, psychiatrists, psychologists, mental health nurses, and so on and so forth, mental health students, medical students, training psychiatrists, training psychologists, student nurses, community mental health trainees, health tutors, and I haven't forgotten you, general public. You'll all definitely benefit from the book. How did we get information for this book? British Archives, and Kelsey, one of the authors, my brother, so he pulled information, a lot of from archives, and they were really good. Indeed, there was a time, those days, they wrote annual reports for the colonial governments, and they were even counting the number of goods in the country. That was how detailed they were. Number of goods. Goods, upon it. So they counted them. So those were very useful to us, and then the few published articles and booklets, we also made very good use of them, and interviews of some active players alive. One, Mrs. Kumi, the first psychiatric DDNS, was alive then. We took advantage, interviewed her, and many others, Professor Adomako, and others. And then the memory and knowledge of the authors, and as Professor Akwe said, over 40 years knowledge of familiarity with the mental health in Ghana. So they formed the basis of the book. Now the particulars of the book, there are 18 chapters in the book, 378 pages, 1,500 items in the index, over 3,000 names and places are mentioned, 116 pictures, and then 210 endnotes and references. So it's quite a big book. Right? So the content that has been largely said, a review of the world and African history of psychiatry, and a review of the beginnings of the 3 psychiatric hospitals, and the previous one, as I said, origins of psychiatric nursing and community psychiatry, origins of psychiatric nursing education, how it started. Professor mentioned some of them, 46, 52, who were those? Psychiatry in the medical schools, origins of psychology services and education in Ghana, postgraduate training in psychiatry, mental health legislation, and some names you certainly should remember in the history of mental health in Ghana, and many others. So they form the content. Yes. I can't end this being the last slide without acknowledging the mighty support of Professor Kwe, Professor Tomako, Professor Clifford Ditego, through whom we managed to get Professor Texan's photograph. And that also reminds me, I see Professor Pierre Poku, Reverend Professor Pierre Poku of the University of University of Science and Technology, School of Medical Sciences. Mrs. Kumi, I mentioned Mr. Emmanuel Sala and Seco Publications, and Mr. Nicholas Kinsley Graham of University of Ghana Printing House, and our respective families. We want to thank you all very much, and you all for supporting us. Thank you.
very much. The importance of the history of mental health care in Ghana. Wow, rich history. And those who have not read cannot wait to read. Let's do a few acknowledgements before we proceed. We have Reverend Peter Abibese of the Four Square Gospel Church in Ghana. And we see you, please. Put our hands together for him. Amin Yakwa of the National Museums and Monuments Board. Dr. Opia Me, former Chief Medical Officer of the Ministry of Health. Brigadier General Odonko. Yes. Mr. David Macaulay, former Deputy Director of Nursing Services. Dr. Frank Barney, Director of Pantan Hospital. Thank you. Dr. Marian Okoko Jacob of the University of Ghana Medical School, UGMS. Thank you. Directors of Mental Health Authority. If you're here and we can't see you, kindly raise your hand so we can put our hands together for you. Okay. We also have here Mrs. Sunday Etia Anaba of Basic Needs Ghana. Thank you for coming. Mr. Leo Kesley Hayford and others of the Baha'i Faith, Ghana. Thank you. Mrs. Joyce Osei and the beautiful daughters of Prof. Can we see you? I want to see the daughters. Yeah, thank you. Mr. Leo Chris, former Deputy Director of Accra Psychiatric Hospital. Yes, thank you. Reverend Professor Pierre Oku of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Thank you. We also have Lawyer Philip Boabin. Yes, can we see you, please? Thank you. Also, yes, Lawyer Timothy Agwe. Can we see him? Also, here is Dr. Phil Dobuafo of the Kolibu Teaching Hospital. All of you are MVPs, so when I see your name, I'll acknowledge you. Yes. We've come to another important point in the evening. We are on time. Actually, we are running ahead of time. That's what I can see on my clock. So don't worry, we are going soon. Very important point. We are going to launch the book. After that, the Bible says in Ecclesiastes chapter 10, I believe verse 19, that money answers all things. So after the launch, money. You know what that means. So we'll get there soon. On this note, I'd like to invite the chairperson to do us the honors. Reverend Dr. Joyce Ayi. When I greeted her, I said everything about her is great. When I greeted her, how are you? I felt it through me.
Is the young man hinting at anything that I should know? I always tell people I'm single but unavailable. I have the singular honor of launching the book. In fact, we're here because we are proud of what has happened. And because we are so proud of what has happened, I know we'd all like to see what the book looks like. So this is the book. The book which has brought all of us here. And I am happy to duly launch this book. I think that, you want me to hold it again? Let it come, okay. It's a paparazzi's work. this is how the early copies have been packaged. So when you buy one, you buy a very beautiful painted fabric. Well, we think it's paper, but it's actually fabric. Or is it? So it would be useful to have this as part of your dress or something like that, or, very nice. So this is it. The book is duly launched. And before I sit down, I would like to donate 25 copies to various institutions of learning so that students who do well in psychiatry will have copies as well. If the Lord gives me life, I'd like to make it a continuous thing.
Thank you very much. The chairperson has raised a bar. That makes us a little jittery about where to start. But before we start, we would like to see Lawyer Philip Wabeng, who was the former director of the Ghana Banking College. If he's here, can we see him, please? I am a banker, so I'm one of your own. I think I introduced you earlier. Thank you. Thank you for being as the honest. So now, money answereth all things. So this is how we are going to do it. We have 20 autographed copies of the book. And so we are going to auction them to you. And we know you came prepared. From my investigations, the book is a big one. It's printed for now in paperback, one came at a little, just about 200 Ghana cedis. But I bet you, since you entered this door, before you leave, you must pick a copy. Otherwise, the security people are not going to let you go. So when I mention the amount and you have the cash or check, somebody said checks are not the best tool. But in the bank, if I give you a check and it bounces, that's the end of my job. So I can give a check, and if you're a banker, you can give two. So on this note, the first copy, please, Usher, can you give me the well package, the first one in the center?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Thank you. So this one, the starting quote, the floor price is 1,000 Ghana cedis. So at the ushers on standby, 1,000 Ghana cedis. 1,000 Ghana cedis. That is the floor price. So if you want to pay me 1,000, just do like this. 1,000 Ghana cedis. Okay, so okay, we did 2,000 was the floor price, 2,000 is the next one, 2,000 Ghana cedis, 2,000 Ghana cedis, 2,000 Ghana cedis, the old 20 million. Okay. 2,000 Ghana cedis. If you buy a book, you are investing into generations. The last time at the University of Ghana, when I was doing a graduate program, I was looking for a book. Bank Library didn't have a copy, so I decided to search for it on the internet. It's written by one former Israeli diplomat who worked in Accra about the Rawlings regime. One copy was going for 1,000 pounds. 1,000 pounds. If we change it into Ghana cedis today, that's trouble. So, yes, 2,000 Ghana cedis. 2,000 Ghana cedis. You don't want to beat it. 2,000 Ghana cedis. We'll come down for everybody to buy, but 2,000 Ghana cedis. Like I said, we are still under time or within time. So if we don't buy the auctioned ones,
We won't go. We'll be here. And GTV, the station of the nation, is here, so they are watching us. 2,000 Ghana cedis. 2,000 Ghana cedis. Okay, somebody wants, we also take Momo. Okay, we're on Zoom, so Prof. Ajipong says the bar is 4,000 Ghana cedis. 4,000 Ghana cedis. Okay, can we take notes? We need the money because, like I said, a good book says, money answereth all things. King James Version. 4,000 Ghana cedis. So you got 1,000, 2,000, 4,000. That's like 7,000. We are not doing badly. 4,000 Ghana cedis. If you want to give us 4,001 cedis, we'll give it to you. 4,001, we'll give you. I mentioned some heavyweights in the room, so kindly bail us out. Prof is not physically here, and he's decided to beat all of us to it. 4,000 Ghana cedis. 4,000 Ghana cedis. From what's where's my calculator? I want to do some maths. What the chairperson says, she says she's buying 20 copies, yeah? 25 copies. So I want to do the math for all of us to see. Okay, so I'm not going to do that. Okay, so 4,000 Ghana cedis. At the end of the auction, we'll tell you. 4,000. What surprises me, Madam Chairperson, is that unfortunately we've not seen any of the policymakers here. Which also confirms some of the things said in the book, that most of the time our policymakers. 5,000, Dr. Angela Mpari Asari. Wow, 4,000 Ghana cedis. I hope the authors are taking notes. Yeah, and check so we can see how to reach out and get the money. Let me see. Prophet Jibon has raised the bar again. 10,000 Ghana cedis. The chairperson is signing the check. Bring your check. I'll cash it. I'll do express clearing at the bank. 10,000 Ghana cedis. Prophet Jibon. Kindly project Prof's full name. Yeah, Mr. Zoomman, yeah, technician. Prophet Jipon, 10,000 Ghana cedis. If you give us 10,001 cedis, we'll give you 10,001 Ghana. It means you're beating him by 1 cedi. You know, things are changing. $10,100 cedis. Should I say going? We've not hit the benchmark. We've not hit the roof, rather, not the benchmark. are in the room, now I can say it for sure. If you want to buy below the floor price, you buy it as 500 Ghana cedis. But you won't buy the autographed copies. That's the rule. So 10,100. 10,100. Camera losing power. Property phone, 10,500. Let's put our hands together for fraud. He values mental health care. He's putting the best premium on it, same as Dr. Angela and Paria Sari. 10,500. I think he heard me mention 500. 10,500. If you like, give us 10,501. And we'll give you 10,500. Should we say going? No. Okay. We are united in agreement. 11,000 Ghana cedis. 11,000 Ghana cedis. Dr. Angela and Paria Sari. 11,000 Ghana cedis. They are watching and doing the math or the arithmetic, wherever they are. 11,000 Ghana cedis, 12,000 Ghana cedis. Let's put our hands together for God. 12,000 Ghana cedis. I can see some people consulting, surprise us in the room. 12,000 Ghana cedis. So we had 1,000, we had 2,000, we had. Okay, so it's still between three people. Yeah. The battle is still between three people. 12,000 Ghana cedis. Should we say going? Then somebody should mention a good amount in the room. If we get a good deal from the room, we'll let it go. Who is mentioning 12,200, please? Prof himself, 12,200. Prof doesn't want to be beaten home. 12,200. 12,200. Property fund. Wow. 12,200. Dr. Sari. 12,200. Dr. Sari. Any relationship with Professor Sari? Okay. 12,200, Dr. Sari and Pari. 12,500, Property Fund. 12,500, Property Fund. Don't close the window yet. 12,500 Ghana cedis. Going. So let's do a deal. Wow. 12,700 Ghana cedis. Let's put our hands together for Dr. Sari. Well, when all is done, we have to look for her. You and I'll lead the search party. Dr. Sari, 12,700 Ghana cedis. He said it's your daughter. He said it's your daughter. She's typing here. I'm his daughter. Now Prophet Paul comes to counter 18,000 Ghana cedis. 18,000 Ghana cedis. Okay. $13,000 Ghana cedis for Japan. We are waiting for. I saw somebody consulting in the room. Am I in the spirit? 13,200 Ghana cedis. Dr. Sari's daughter, Dr. Sari Mpari. Dr. Sari's daughter. 13,200. 13,200. Should we say going? But let's think of the daughter. Now, 13,200.
Should we say going? Going. Going. Okay, no, let's do a deal. I need a good deal from among those seated here before we give it to Prop's daughter. Or please, Zoom squad. Let's see the screen. 15,000 Ghana cedis. By the time they close the window, the thing changed. 15,000 Ghana cedis. Prophet Japan. Prophet Japan. This is the beauty of social media. Like, would have been waiting for GTV to bring it to us in 3 weeks. Sorry, GTV. I'm one of your favorite watchers. Even on Monday, you read my commentary, so no puns intended. But let's see, time is, that's how you are doing. Okay, 15,000 Ghana cedis. Prophet Japan going. No, we've not done the deal for the ones who are here. All our MVPs who are here, you must tell me something. So the room deal is what? Okay, going. So the first copy of this rich resource is going to Professor Japan, who is not here physically with us, but is giving us 15,000 Ghana cedis. Let's give a happy birthday for him. Yeah. So, our ladies, where's the champagne? The champagne is of the first person who was getting the person who was getting the first copy. He is not here, but he will see his champagne on social media. So please, we have to pop it. We are going to pop it. Yes, Prof, is that not the edit?
Don't shake it, please.
Okay, so Prof, for the honor done us, we are sharing a virtual champagne with you, live from the Nat Hall in Accra, on this 11th day of November, 11/11/2001, 2021. 2021. We pray grace for you, don't shake it. We pray long life, good health, prosperity, more money, fame, and may your name go places. Thank you for the honor done, Professor Kwesi Osei, Professor J.B. Asari, and Dr. Mark Roberts. God bless you. Open the champagne. So this one, ushers, yeah. So this is for Prophet Japan. So you share the champagne with whoever gets a copy of the autographed one. Now we are done with this one. Yeah. So keep this one. Let me keep the one with only Kente branding. Now, Prof's daughter is getting one for the special amount. I think she ended at 13,200. Yeah. So the next one, since we've left the two of them there, I am coming to the room.
So somebody next 4,000, that person should pay.
4,000. I think somebody wanted to pay more. So, okay, so the 4,000, where's the person? So the ushers can give you this beautifully branded one. I think the person is somewhere here. Yeah, please. Was it on Zoom? Oh, who was that? So kindly bring the scroll and let's see. Okay, so the person who also gave us 2,000 is here. So I'm giving the next painted branded one. Yeah. Yeah. So in the room here, after which, when we are done with this bit, I'll announce a total sum of the honorable chairperson's donations to us. That's many copies, 25. That's nice. Yes, so yes, in the crowd of MVPs here, how much? Yes, please. I am waiting. We are within time. We are supposed to leave here. No, not 6 o'clock. Okay. Yes. Am I in the spirit? I heard somebody saying 5,000 in my ears. I'm not a false prophet, so don't report me to the IGP. Yes. Okay. So the 1,000 person, where are you? 1,100. 1,100. Okay. Seconds. Okay. Okay. He's also paying 2,000 Ghana cedis. God bless you. So you get the beautifully branded Kente one. Yes. Yes. Okay, I'm seeing the board. Okay, thank you very much. So she says, thank you, everyone. I have to leave now. Please give my copy to Dr. Pinaman coming to Ghana this Christmas to pick it up for me. Yeah. So please follow the instruction. Thank you. This is Prophet Japon. Yes. Yeah, please. So please follow the order for us. Now, okay. We are going. Yes. Since he raised the bar to 2,000, I'll come back to the 1,000. I need that 1,000 or in the region of 1,000 badly. So if you want to do as an honest and receive the plaudits, kindly raise your hand so we can see you. 1,000 Ghana cedis from the WHO. Thank you very much. 1,000 Ghana cedis. Now from gold, when you are doing the precious metals, yes, please tell us. You can raise the bar. You can give us 20,000. I don't mind. Yes. Basic needs Ghana, 1,000 Ghana cedis. So you give him the silver. Gold becomes silver. So please give me more copies. Basic needs Ghana, 1,000 Ghana cedis. Yes. So we are in the silver range. Yes, please. 20,000. 1,000 Ghana cedis, please. Pasha, kindly, doctor, please. Johnson and Johnson Ghana. Powerful. God bless you. Thank you. Yeah. 1,000 Ghana cedis. Ushers, are you taking notes and taking the cash for us? That is very vital because money answers all things. Now, we are still in the 1,000 range. That's why I love all of you are MVPs, yeah? 1,000 Ghana cedis. Somebody should surprise us so that we send a voice note to Professor Jipon. 1,000 Ghana cedis. We want Momo if you want to pay us by mobile money. Or you want us to do a QR code scan, we can do that and take the cash. 1,000. Okay. Odd figure, 700 Ghana cedis. If you want to give us that before we come to the base. Okay, people are smiling. 500 Ghana cedis. All the autographed copies will go for 500 Ghana cedis. Okay, sure. So ushers, please come quickly, yeah? Hands are up, yeah? Yeah, please. Here. Dr. Bob, there. In the African France. Here. Yeah, lawyer Timothy. Yeah, in the suit there. Dr. Peggy, yeah. Hands are up. We need money. They want to give us, so don't let them take the money and go, yeah? Dr. Agui, lawyer Agui, Dr. Boato, who is by the one in the wine suit.
What the Dr. Butler is around it. And here. See. Stop. 1, 2. Okay, this lane. Yeah. Doctor. All the autographed copies have to go. Okay, the man in the white t-shirt. Okay, there's a small issue here. Normally, any car I drive, I don't know the number. So if I block your car or block your entrance and you come and call a car number, I'll be sitting there, I won't know it's me. So a Toyota Land Cruiser with number GS 406421. Kindly do us the honors by going to shift your car small. That shift is small. Toyota Land Cruiser GS 406421. Okay, she's going to shift it. Thank you. God bless. Yeah. So those of you who want the 500 for us, please, I want one of the autographed copies, 500 CDs. My name is Dr. Ruth, and also entry of the Psychiatric Association of Ghana. She's the president. Let's put our hands together for watching us live on Zoom. So, ushers, please take notes so you can deliver it and get the money for us. You want the money. Oh, kindly raise. So, the gentleman in the white t-shirt, he's waiting for his. And
Somebody's money is also ready.
yeah, please, yeah. Doc, please, if you want to give us any cash, kindly raise here. Thank you. Thank you. Take note, if you give a check, we'll clear it by express clearing tomorrow morning. By 11 is gone from the account. Okay. Okay. Yes. Dr. Richard Barton, Apostle, former General Marcel de Los Pentecostal Church. That is from J.B. Asari's church. He doesn't play with that church. Prof is a deacon in the church, for your information. Thank you. Yeah, so kindly raise your hands. We have 2 more to go for the autographed ones. The book is very beautiful. I think you saw it when the chairperson was doing the launch. So this is how it looks like. When you read it, you learn history, you learn geography, you learn some psychology before you come and learn about proper mental health. Yeah, we're waiting for the ushers, so don't worry, soon we'll be gone. There's 1 more copy here. Who is doing us the honors? Actually, 2. So you can do the math. We are not making a lot of money, but apart from Prof. Dr. Prophet Jipong, we are just within the range of 4,000, 2,500. So if you sell 20 copies, you can do the math. 224. Actually, it means it's not even 40K. They've invested their time, energy, and the one that is more sapping is the mental exhaustion
when you are learning, studying, or writing, it's not easy to write stories or books. So it's not, and I am happy that, like the chairperson said, they've done it in their lifetime. And the reviewer also said they've done it in their lifetime. So the history will not be told posthumously. Is that not how they said it? They said it in English before we were born. There's one left. If you agree, that's how it said, then buy it for us so that we can be winding down. Last one, beautifully packaged, waiting for you to grab. You can't do this to me. We can't sell 19 and leave one. Wow. Bantam Hospital. Bantam Hospital. Bantam Hospital. They are the ones I said they came to our bank last week to do CSR. The people believe in CSR. They said they are buying 50 copies. 50 copies. I think, yeah, it's for me. I think Bantam Hospital is the only hospital in Ghana that has an official department of corporate social responsibility. Invite them to your organization to come and brief you on mental health, stress, and related health issues. When they came the last time, I was really impressed. So they're coming to talk to me about madness. I'm not mad. But I sat in there, and by the time they finished, I said, wow, even stress in the workplace can kill like that. Let's put our hands together once more for the Bantam Hospital. 50 copies of 50 copies. That's our Momo number. We'll deliver free to you wherever you are in Ghana for 200 Ghana cedis. The number is 055-988-7213. 055-988-7213. Dr. Peggy, I need you, please, to confirm something. Okay. Dr. Amata, please. Okay. So the mobile number is 055-988-7213. When you dial to show the name Selassie Adom, I believe she's a mental health doctor at the Bantam Hospital. Psychiatrist. Okay. Apostle Adom's daughter. Okay, she's a descendant of his church, our church. Yeah. Dr. Selassie Ama. That's okay, right. Yes, you want to raise the bar. Okay, for 500 cedis, mental health nurses group are buying the last autograph copy for 500 cedis. Thank you. On this note, all the 20 autograph copies are gone. But so put your hands together for yourself. And for those who bought it virtually, thank you all. But we still have quite a number of them here before the chairperson comes. I'd love everybody to get a copy. So if you want a copy, we'll give you at the base price of 200 Ghana cedis before you go. So ushers, are you ready? So if you want for 200 and you have, or you want to pay us through the, now there's instant transfer, gives instant pay and all. You can transfer from your account straight. You can scan QR code. You can do Momo. As you can see on the board or on the screen, Psychiatric Association of Ghana, Absa Bank, formerly Barclays Bank, account number 08510800120 at their Hacho branch. Or our Momo number is
055-988-7213 in the name of Selassie Adom. Like the prof said, the doctors, some young doctors are doing amazing stuff now in psychiatric care. The ones who came to our bank were very, very young, fairly young in their 20s. I was impressed. And they seem to know their onions. So we are just waiting for all of you to get your copies and we are gone. So, ushers, kindly move quickly so we can. As you are waiting here, do you know what you are doing to yourself? You are releasing yourself from the Accra traffic. Because when you leave the city after 7, chances are that the stress of being in the traffic jam is down. Wow, Prof is blessed. Prof is blessed. I am young, my mother is, my mom is long gone. Prof's mom is one of the personalities who bought one of the autographed copies. Let's put our hands together for her. Wherever she is. God bless you, Grandma. God bless you. God bless you. No, Professor. Yes, yes. So they just brought it to my attention. Let's put our hands together for Grandma once again. That's a very proud mom. God bless you, wherever you are watching us from. God bless you. Dr. Mariam Opoku Ejakwa. Can we see you, please? Or can we see you? Your hands up. Dr. Mariam Opoku Ejakwa. Okay, you're here. She bought one of the autograph copies for us. God bless you. Dr. Christine Asari. God bless you. You bought one of them for us. You're not buying yours. Wow. Double blessings. Double increase for you. Yeah, so are we done? Signal from the ushers and we are done so that the chairperson can give a closing remarks. And then we have something at the feet of the closing remarks of the chairperson. Then there will be votes of thanks by Dr. Ramata Seidu, who has been very helpful throughout this evening's program. She is a resident in psychiatry at the Accra Psychiatric Hospital. Yes, we are waiting. Ushers. Usherettes. That's the proper phrase, right? Usherettes, because they are all female. Okay. Should I come and help? So take it from me, from now onwards, if you want to leave the city and you're working in town, particularly when you're working close to the city center around here, leave the office after 7:30. Okay. Are we done, please, doctor? Almost. We are waiting for the givers. Our friends from the Pantan Hospital are watching us live. A doctor is sending a message there, from there. So I can, wow. Pantan Hospital, God bless you all there for the good works you are doing for Mother Ghana and beyond. Doctor, are we done, please? Okay. So on my own behalf, you didn't let me down at all. And on behalf of our friends, Professor J.B. Asare, Professor Kwesi Osei, Dr. Mark Roberts, I say thank you for helping me sell the books. On this note, I'd like to invite the chairperson. Ma'am, you don't want to be seated here.
I don't know whether
The camera can capture it.
it can capture, but maybe what I say would not.
Okay.
Let's
Yes.
shake.
Yes.
I'm taking it as my husband.
Ma'am, sorry. Sorry, we have to break the protocol. The Accra Psychiatric Hospital has a special surprise for us. They told me they didn't want it to be on the program. So anybody have a hint? So if they are here, please come and surprise us. I believe it's Dr. Apau. Yes. I want to be sure. She's Dr. Pinaman Apau. She's at the Accra Psychiatric Hospital. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Madam Chairperson and all grateful folks there. Well, it's not a huge surprise, but we couldn't let it go with this occasion go without saying a few words. And before I start, I would like to say congratulations to the authors, two of whom are my teachers. And as you may know, Accra Psychiatric Hospital is one of the training sites for doctors training in psychiatry, medical students, and other mental health personnel. And as a training site, we recognize the importance of this book and the impact that it will have in the training in Ghana. The Accra Psychiatric Hospital would like to support you. It's not a huge amount, but we would like to support you with 1,000 Ghana cedis. And we would also want to buy 20 copies of the book for all our consultants and specialist psychiatrists, management members, our residents, and other mental health personnel. So thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. So we will come to chair.
COVID is still here.
Yeah.
And thank you for observing the protocols throughout by keeping your nose masks on.
Thank you very much.
There's a Methodist song which unfortunately gets sung at funerals. Today is no funeral. As I want to place that song in perspective. It says, "Now praise we great and famous men, the fathers named in story." Many people have been named in the book, but our praises go mostly to the authors. 9 years it took them. And believe me, 3 people agreeing about the same thing is not easy. But here we are, we have a wonderful story of a journey begun, but a journey that must continue. Perhaps they will not be the people to write a sequel. Those of you in the profession will have to be the people who write the next stages of the story. There are many others who have contributed to making this book great. Not all of them have been mentioned, men, women, children, I mean your children, that they kept you sane so you could write a book means that they deserve congratulations. As for your wife, I won't even mention it. Ma'am, congratulations, are you cool? I have always believed in the power of one. You can see what the power of one began, and then it ended up in the power of three. But what I'm trying to say is that any of us here can begin something tremendous. There will be people to help. So those of us who feel driven to do something for this area of health should not feel intimidated, but should actually go ahead and blaze another trail. There's so many people with great talents, but who have one set of mental illness or the other. I was just sharing with Dr. Sari, a young man, barely 20, who's going through that mental health area, which is not much spoken about, bipolar disorder. And it took the parents by surprise because there's so little knowledge about it. And as Professor was saying, sometimes there could be misdiagnosis also. So there's so much to do. I feel often devastated by young men and women who start very well, and because of stress, because of depression, they find themselves sometimes leaving school, leaving all of us surprised. Why are they doing that? If they are women, some of them will probably deliberately get pregnant so they can quit school or something, because there are things they cannot discuss. When was it? Was it 3 or 4 years ago when an MP's daughter in KNUST committed suicide? The father was totally devastated because there had been absolutely no sign of any mental health problem. So there's a lot to do. And then I think it's the advocacy which is the most important, so that all of us will realize that we are each other's keeper. When it comes to mental health, I think it is the fact that somebody is there to even listen to you. That begins the process of healing. And I think that all of us ought to be such advocates. We do have our own problems. Who doesn't? But we need to do that. So there are 2 areas that I'd like us to focus on. Those of you in that profession, that area of expertise. 1, let's talk more and more about this bipolar disorder, so that sometimes when a child or a student becomes disruptive, you don't just think that the person is antisocial or something. Could be the beginnings of a bipolar disorder, and we can deal with it. Now in secondary school, primary school, I mean, children are getting depressed. I don't understand it, but it is real. Another area which I think needs a lot of attention is postpartum depression. Postpartum depression is an area which needs a lot of attention. I would like us to decriminalize women or young people throwing their children in the bin or in the gutter. Who would do that unless that person is stressed beyond any kind of understanding? You know, sometimes I think of a girl who gets pregnant when she shouldn't get pregnant, hides it from the parents or whoever they're living with, then runs away to have the baby, why should she bring the baby back home when she's not told anybody that she's pregnant? She's afraid of the consequences and so on and so forth. There's so much to do, but there are people who are also married, who have children, and in one of the instances will have a serious postpartum depression. It's something we need to take seriously. We all need to take mental health seriously, because not to do so will be to deny ourselves the opportunity to get well. If indeed a healthy body needs to know mens sana, insana, in corpore sano. Now, how do I translate that? A sound mind in a sound body. Yes. See, I was doing Latin. Yeah. If that is the case, then Ghana's development depends on a sound mind. Maybe it shouldn't surprise us that our psyche as a nation is so destructive. It's almost as if as a nation, we self-destruct. Yes, we self-destruct. And perhaps quite a number of people we can't understand. It may be because they themselves can't understand themselves. Who knows? But we need to help each other to be well. We need to support others who need help. Sometimes, us women, or even men, some are so talkative, so talkative, you wonder. But it is because there's something wrong. There is something wrong. And we need to begin to understand mental health enough to know that some people need help. Instead of always saying, oh, this person is like that. This person is like that. Meanwhile, the person is dying mentally. We need to put our nation at the level where each of us can contribute something to its development. Those of us who are blessed to be within the 30% category, not straddling, lunacy. Those of us who are blessed to be in that category, I hope I'm one. We should begin to reach out to the others. That's why I find this book so germane. It's come at the right time. And actually, it's easy to read. It is so easy to read. Some of you will not sleep tonight. You'll finish reading your book because it's so fast-paced and it's so easy to understand. Mental illness respects no one. And none of us should want to be on the other side. This is a battle we need to fight together. But it is a battle that has already been won because we understand so many things. There's so many things we have to make right. And the time is now. Let's pledge ourselves to be among the people God wants to use to really bring total health, total well-being, wholeness of body, soul, and spirit into this nation. We are so blessed in this nation. And if we all took the steps to, out of our wholeness, give the little we can, as the accounts will say, Ghana Beye Krabeshe. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chairperson, who has gracefully chaired today's function for us. God bless you. Technicians, please don't close the Zoom link because people are asking questions.
So if you are still watching us on Zoom, you can pay directly to the Momo number displayed through Send Wave if you are not in this country, or you pay directly to the ABSA account number displayed. Please put it on the Zoom platform for them. Drop the image there so they can. So you can send to Send Wave Selassie Adom on the number 055-988-7213. Send Wave if you are not in the country, or send directly when you are here. If you are here in Ghana, or send to the ABSA account number 085-1080-120, Harcho branch. Last acknowledgement before we get the vote, take the vote of thanks from Dr. Ramata Seidu. Dr. Erica Dixon from the Ghana Psychology Association. Can we see you, please? Thank you very much. And we also have reps from the Ghana Medical Association, a very powerful, yes, doctor in the white shirt. God bless you. Now we'll take the votes of thanks from when I say she comes with grace, she's unbeatable. The chairperson says the GTV man needs a copy from her, and she wants to buy a copy for the GTV. Are you a reporter, cameraman, or all in all? I don't want to say anything about GBC again, so I'll leave it. All in all, so he's a reporter, cameraman. Thank you very much, Madam Chairperson. She's giving the cash, we'll come for it. So please, let's welcome Dr. Ramata Seidu. She's been our anchor woman for the night to give us the vote of thanks. She's a resident in psychiatry at the Accra Psychiatric Hospital.
Thank you. Okay, so good evening to everybody. I'll start my vote of thanks by first acknowledging the Madam Chairperson, our most valued invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this historic occasion. I was actually really honored when Papa asked that I do so. I, on behalf of the authors, the Psychiatry Association of Ghana, the Ministry of Health, the Mental Health Authority, the World Health Organization, Ghana office, and the entire fraternity of the mental health, would like to first thank God for making today such a success. Madam Chairperson, Reverend Dr. Joyce Aye, we are so grateful and thank you for gracing the occasion. Honorable distinguished guests, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, and our friends from the media, we are truly grateful that you could come and be with us this evening. But I cannot end this vote of thanks without saying a very big thank you to the authors and our very own fathers and grandfathers in mental health for this great milestone in the history of medicine in general, and particularly in mental health when it comes to the country Ghana. Although the shoes you have left behind are so big for us to fill, please be rest assured, we would follow keenly in your footsteps and build on your hard work to make you very, very, very proud. Thank you. Please do have a very lovely evening.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Two housekeeping issues. When we are done, the dignitaries will take shots here for the news events and possibly social media, just here. So Madam Chair and the honorables on the ANC will be here, and then we take the photos and go. And the rest of us here, there's refreshments at the foyer, yeah. at the frontage. So when you are going, just speak yours, and then you can proceed in safety to your homes. On that note, I'd like to invite our brother, Mr. Leonard Kesley Hayford of the Baha'i Faith, Ghana, to say the closing prayer for us.
Before I say this prayer, my personal congratulations to not only to the authors of the book, but also to all those who helped to put that book together. This is really a milestone in this country. Thank you very much. This prayer is taken from the Baha'i prayer book. Mr. MC, it's Baha'i, not Baha'i. And one thing also that you forgot, you should have watched the POS here. Some of us would have had cards that we could have used to have paid for the books. But anyway, one for the books for next time. Thank you. Shall we pray? O thou kind Lord, O thou who art generous and merciful, we are the servants of thy threshold and are gathered beneath the shadow of thy divine unity. The sun of thy mercy is shining upon all, and the clouds of thy bounty shower upon all. Thy gifts encompass all. Thy loving providence sustains all. Thy protection overshadows all, and the glances of thy favor are cast upon all. O Lord, grant thine infinite bestowals, and let the lights of thy guidance shine. Illumine the eyes, gladden the hearts with abiding joy. Confer a new spirit upon all people, and bestow upon them eternal life. Unlock the gates of true understanding, and let the light of faith shine resplendent. Gather all people beneath the shadow of thy bounty, and cause them to unite in harmony, so that they may become as the rays of one sun, as the waves of one ocean, as the fruit of one tree. May they drink from the same fountain. May they be refreshed by the same breeze. May they receive illumination from the same source of light. Thou art the giver, the merciful, the omnipotent. To the heart.
Thank you very much. So we are at the end, and so the dignitaries will take some few shots for us for the media platforms, and then we go. If you proceed out there, please, just pass it here. Finally, pick your item 13 before you go. Camera people, are you here? You want here? Please, technicians, the background should not be moved. Bring the camera on the screen. You crack my ribs. Please, cameramen and women, please go on the on and speak with so that we can. Yes. We hope graphic is here. No. Well. Which one? Psychiatric Association of Ghana, Psychiatric Executive. So please, kindly come on the stage and take it with them. They've been sitting for so long. Kindly come and take it quickly so that they can leave. Please. Bro. Can we take the please? Yes, bro. We are here. This is the last shot. They've been here for so long. So, okay, the books are available at APP bookshops throughout Ghana, Kingdom Books, and then also on Amazon. We are trying to list it for you to buy. Kingdom Books, APP Books, Kingdom Books, Ghana, and then EPP Books. You can get copies to buy. The books are available at Kingdom Books, and then EPP Books. And soon to be available on Amazon. Thank you.
Well,